title of this article is The Use of Mobile Apps in SMS text or messaging as Physical and Mental Health Intervention. It's a systematic review. So this was written by Amy Rathbone and it was published in the Journal of Medical Internet Research. I'm telling you, I'm like very excited about this journal I found. And this is from 2017. Okay, and your question is true or false? There was a linear correlation between patients who used mobile apps and or SMS texting and improved compliance. So this, a little bit of background on this article while you're looking at this, was that they looked at people that used like a Fitbit, that used a smartwatch, or that used an app, that like food.gov has like an app, or, MyFitnessPal, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Were they more compliant? Did it actually improve compliance, or are people not really using them? If you're using them, do they work essentially in compliance? True or false?
Was there a time period?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like over a 6-week period or 6 months, or?
I believe there was.
They tracked it from January 1st until January 3rd.
Yeah.
So very high compliance ratio.
I want to say it was 6 weeks, and a good amount of the participants were postpartum women.
Oh, interesting.
So if that
specialized population.
Yes.
And Melanie, were they immediate postpartum, or is this like, 6 months postpartum, blah, blah, blah?
The first 6
Josh,
weeks.
coming at me with the full demographic of this article right now. I'd have to bring it up. I'd have to look it up for you.
Well, then if I lose, we cannot hold that to be a truth.
It's on me.
But yeah, that's...
All right. I'll bring you guys a full, maybe I should just read the abstract each week.
Allowed on the podcast. Super exciting stuff.
It turns into a 2-hour podcast instead.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see what you guys thought. True or false? So let's see. Okay. Ed's got true. Christy's got true. Dan's got true. Josh with the false.
Well, it says linear correlation, and I'm wondering, was there like a, what's that called? Exponential or parabolic relationship? Like, did it drastically improve things?
It's true. This was way more simple than that, Josh. This is a very simple.
Josh is worried about the shape of the curve.
Yes, it was. If you actually use the app, so if I'm using a Fitbit, I was primarily what they used. If they're using a Fitbit or a pedometer, are they more likely to, get their 6,000, 10,000 steps, whatever their goal was? Are they more likely to use it than people who weren't using any sort of app? And they found that people that use the app tend to be more compliant with it, because they have to think like, oh yeah, today let me put it in, or let me check my watch, or it gives them that thought process. Well, if you're not using any sort of device or watch or something like that, and you may be an active person, but you would not know that you got your 10,000 steps. But somebody that may be struggling with weight or struggling with compliance, like really wants to get X amount of steps a day. And this is a way to tell that person, like, yes, you did it. You met your goal. You surpassed your goal. Or if you didn't make your goal, it gives you kind of the motivation to try.
People are really into those things.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Trust Driven Trivia, brought to you by Trust Driven Care. Imagine a world where all your patient communication is in one place, seamless, effortless, and on autopilot. That's the power of Trust Driven Care. If you're ready to streamline your practice, check out trustdrivencare.com and see what's possible. Join us next week for more laughs, new guests, and fresh questions that turn medical research into pure fun. Trust Driven Trivia, making healthcare knowledge exciting, one question at a time.